guys, in this video we're going to have a go at making a 3D unicorn cake. So I bought myself a sugar structure kit. I thought it might make life a little bit easier for me. But then I decided I'd get Richard to build it for me, which definitely made things easier for me. Now they do actually have instructions on the Innovative Sugarworks website. So Richard put it together for me, and it's made out of aluminium so we can put food onto it. I'm not 100% sure we did put it together right though. I tried to draw myself a picture around sort of the cake frame so that you could see the size I wanted my cake to be and how I wanted it to be. So I've cut myself a base out of foam board. I measured the length on my paper template of how long I wanted it to be. So I measured it against my picture and I kind of cut this funny shape here. So I've got myself some foam board for the base of my cake to sit on, and I need to cut it so that it's the size of my picture, because that's the size I want my cake to be. But I'm going to cut it in this kind of strange shape here. But I also need to cut 2 holes in so it just sits on my frame there. Also I need to mark underneath where the metal structure is so that I can cut into the foam board so that it sits better on this frame. So you can just about see my markings under there. And I'm just going to cut with my little craft knife so you can see that it's cut all the way through everywhere that the metal's going to sit. Now also I'm going to need a piece for the bottom. Just make sure it's a little bit smaller than the top piece because I don't want it to stick out beyond the top piece. I'm going to do the same again where we cut out bits so that it fits either side of that metal structure. And I've just stuck it together with double-sided tape. Then I can put the rest of my frame on. So you see I took these top bits off to create this little baseboard, and then I'm sticking them back on again now. And I'm using white chocolate ganache on this one. You can use buttercream, but I thought my cake would be a little bit more sturdy if I used ganache to stick it on. Now my cake, I just baked a 12-inch square sponge and I cut out a shape the same as that baseboard. Then I cut out some more cake. Again, it's still the same shape as that baseboard, but I had to cut it into, I've had to make it in smaller pieces because my 12-inch cake didn't allow me to cut out 2 in full sizes. So you can see the top cake has kind of been pieced together with the little bit of my cake that I had left. Then let's screw the neck on. Ooh. And just my little offcuts, I'm going to start building up the neck just a little bit. Now it is buttercream I've used to sandwich between my cake, and it is very soft, is this cake when I'm working on it, so it did crumble a little bit. And then I'm going to cover it in a layer of ganache. So I'm just going to cover the whole thing in ganache, and I'm probably going to have to give it a couple of coats, and then I'm going to do my best to smooth it off. Then what we're going to do for the head is we're going to make it out of Rice Krispie treats. So we've got Rice Krispies and marshmallow together. Probably do a bit more Rice Krispie treats in there. So I'm starting to build it over the top of my frame, and because it doesn't want to stay in shape very well, I'm just going to wrap it in cling film. Excuse the mess in the background. So I'm just wrapping it in cling film till it's had time to set, and then I'm building up the neck with some modelling chocolate, just thickening that neck up. And I'm going to use the modelling chocolate now to wrap around the legs as well. So on the metal frame we're just wrapping this modelling chocolate around. So I'm trying to create horse leg shapes. So I've gone slightly thicker. Can you see up near the very top parts of the legs? It's a little bit slimmer as it comes down. And then as we get to the hoof, it thickens out again. Now I've done that, I'm going to go over with another coat of chocolate ganache. And you'll see I've also got stuck into the bum is a little piece of wire that's covered in florist tape. Now it is pushed into the cake frame inside. For the face, I've added some more modelling chocolate over the top of those Rice Krispie treats. Now, I probably have made it a little bit heavy, so I think if I was going to do it again, I might actually replace inside the head with a polystyrene ball to take the weight off it a little bit. Can you see I've added modelling chocolate onto the nose, and I've kind of pressed in to indent where I want the eyes to go. And I've covered it in pipe and gel before I put my fondant on. And I'll put links to all the stuff I've used below the video. So I've tried to wrap this around so that all the creases form at the back of the head. And then we'll just try and push those out the best we can. I've put a bit of pressure on when I'm doing this, but I don't want to knock my cake around too much. So once you've given it a little smooth off, and I could have maybe got it a little bit smoother, we're just going to put some nostrils in and draw a line in for the mouth. With a circle cookie cutter, I've cut out 2 holes, one either side of the face for the eye. I've pulled out the fondant in the middle and then re-rolled a little bit more fondant to fill the eye shape. Can you see I've also made it slightly more teardropped by pulling down the corner of that circle. I've drawn a line where I want the eyelid to go, and then I've cut out an oval of turquoise, and you can use fondant or modelling paste for the eye. And then let's go for a slightly different colour blue for just around the edge. Don't worry about putting it at the top and bottom of the eye, just either side. And then we've got an oval of black in the middle. And I've just got some white sequins, edible sugar sequins in heart shapes. They also come with little circles as well. So I'm going to stick those into the black bit of my eye. Just going to add a bit more shape to the mouth. And let's give our little unicorn some eyeshadow. So I'm going to go with a pink dust. So we're just using some Sugar Flare edible food colours. Again, I'll put links below the video so you can see what I've used. So I've gone slightly purple on the eyelid there, pink just above, and then I've got like a turquoisey colour that I'm going to try and put in the bottom corner. And then let's use some black fondant. Roll it to a point at the very end. You see, drag it along the bottom of the eye, and then we'll cut it off where it meets the top eyelid. We'll do the same kind of thing for the top, but we're keeping it much thicker. So it's a nice thin point at the inside corner, and it gets thicker as we come to the outside edge. We've just trimmed it off, and then we'll flick up the edge just a little bit. Now I've just got one of the iridescent hint of colours that I've just dusted slightly on the surface of the face and on the eye. And then I've just got a purpley colour, nice purple dust that we're just dusting onto the nose. Then we need to cover the rest of the horse in the fondant. So I'm going to start by wrapping it around the legs, trying my best to rub out the seams where I've cut it. I'm cutting off this bit of the bottom where the hoof is because I'm going to put that in a darker colour, I think. I'm going to actually cover it in black. So let's put a little piece on the bottom and then we'll wrap a strip around there. Then I'm going to use the hint of dust, which is kind of slightly pearlized. This is a hint of red dust. Again, I'll put links below. If you want a bit more sheen on it, then you can just give it a little spray with edible glaze. So do the same on all 4 legs. Then we're going to cover the rest of the cake in fondant. As you can see, it's quite a big piece of fondant and I was worried about tearing. So Richard had to step in to help me hold that fondant. I've wrapped it around the neck kind of first, concentrating on pressing this bit down first. Put a little cut down the centre of its neck and we'll just try and join that together. And I'm just using one of my flexible smoothers just to blend this in. Although I did decide later on that actually another piece of fondant wrapped in cling film works just as well for rubbing out these little lines. So I then pressed it all the way around, cutting a seam on the bum and underneath. Once I'd done that and smoothed it off, then I put a little bit of pink dust on its bum. And then we're going to put some more of those white sequins onto its bum cheek. Now for the ears, I've used a heart-shaped cutter. We've just cut it out in the fondant. Now if the fondant's a bit soft, just add a bit of Tylose. Put a bit of pink dust in the middle and kind of folded the heart together at the more rounded end and stuck that on the head. Now I've got modelling paste for my unicorn horn. I'm doing it in black, but again I've put some of that luster dust on. So it's got a slight iridescent sheen. And I have put that onto a skewer so that it stays in place because I don't want that to drop off. Now, because my cake is so heavy, I didn't want to add any more modelling chocolate or fondant for the main, so I decided I would go for ribbons. And I've simply stuck these on with a little bit of royal icing. And to give them the curl, what I did was I put some double-sided sticky tape in the middle of that ribbon, and then a piece of florist wire. So we kind of stick that onto our double-sided tape there like that. And then I'm going to fold my piece of ribbon in half. And once it's kind of folded in half on itself, then the wire's wrapped in the middle and you can bend and twist that piece of ribbon about. I've stuck them onto the tail, which is the piece of wire that's covered in florist tape. I've stuck them on with double-sided sticky tape rather than sticking them onto the cake itself on this bit. And then if you want to create any little bows, tie bits in bows, you can stick them on there. And apologies that the picture quality probably isn't brilliant at this point because I was doing this now at about 2 a.m. and the lighting was pretty bad, as you can see. You can see all my junk in the background. So I just painted the board. I thought it would be easier than actually icing it, and I've just got some, it's just a green dust that I mixed with water and painted that onto my board. So that's the unicorn all finished. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment below. You can see more of my tutorials by clicking on the images on screen now. If you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button to stay up to date with my future tutorials. There are also links in the description box below where you can find me on Facebook, Instagram and more.